everyone, I am Peter Brown, and this is Grit City Championship Wrestling. We are in the historic Tacoma Armory. Of course, wrestling just recently returned to this historic venue, once the premier spot for professional wrestling in the area. Legends such as Gene Knitsky, the Fabulous Moolah, Moondog Maine, and Luther Lindsay stepped foot into this historic place, but right now it is the gold star, Steve Migs, making his way around the squared circle, now entering the ring with a lot on the line here tonight. Of course, Migs has got no shortage of confidence, though it appears as the faithful here in Tacoma are not giving him precisely the reception that he would have otherwise wanted. But love him or hate him, he is Seattle's biggest star, and a condescending round of applause perhaps from Migs as he settles in here now. And here comes his opponent. One of the most ferocious competitors in the territory. Drake Kwon makes his way down the aisle. And what a reception from this young star as he gets set for one-on-one action. Of course, it has been nearly 60 years since wrestling has found its home again here in this building. This is, of course, just the second time, but the crowds are coming and they are getting loud. Migs, of course, we saw earlier in the first show, getting disqualified due to a low blow against Cole Rivera. Hopefully he does not resort to those tactics in this matchup, as now these two competitors sizing each other up. And Kwon pointing straight at Migs, who will show no fear here. The veteran knows how to get inside the head of his opponents, that is for sure. We will see if he can do so tonight against Kwon. No love lost between these two. Certainly a lot of history as the bell has rung. This one officially underway. And the capacity crowd here already showing their spirit. Of course, these two trained together at the Buddy Wayne Academy and have wrestled all over the Pacific Northwest in a variety of territories, as Migs sends Kwon back into the corner using that height and leverage advantage. Migs now talking a little trash. Kwon will have to ground his opponent, one would have to expect, and use his power to gain advantage. But Migs, so crafty, so elusive, always has great ring awareness as they lock up again, collar and elbow in the center. Let's see what Kwon can do as he pushes Migs back, and the official now at the count. And we'll see if we get a clean break here. It appears as though we do. Nice sportsmanship from Kwon. These two have encountered each other in a number of occasions, as I was saying before, including at SOS Pro Wrestling and Bumbershoot, amazing festival in the Seattle Center. And their relationship had some ups and downs over these past several months. Migs being consumed with jealousy due to Drake's success as the DOA Pure Champion. This, of course, led to a match between them that left both competitors bloody, and oh my goodness, Migs off the ropes. And he looks to batter Drake Kwon again here tonight. Migs won that pure title, although Drake eventually won it back, so these two hold victories over each other. And when you're so familiar with another competitor, it is hard to change up your strategy. Gotta go to that bag of tricks, go deep in the well, as they say, to try to find something else to hope to get that elusive victory. You want to go to the pay window for the winner's share of the purse as Kwon sends off Migs, follows from behind, and then takes Migs down. Stepped right into that shoulder tackle, and I think that surprised the Gold Star as now Kwon rushes in. Uppercut now off the ropes, building some steam. Oh my goodness, what a forearm. Rocked Migs. He takes a seat down. Kwon realizes it all over the ring now, and what a boot right to the mush of Migs. And that could immediately change the complexion of this match. Kwon now looking for more, going up top. And Migs, as I said earlier, that ring awareness, the wily veteran, gets out of dodge, and I suspect he will use the full 9 of his allotted count here on the outside before being counted out. And Kwon, look at this. The young, brash individual inviting Migs back into the ring, but Migs going to do it on his own time as the count is now broken. Migs now officially back in the match. And Kwon's not going to rush into anything here. Has seen what Migs can do before. And perhaps a test of strength could be on the horizon here. And Migs, look at those long limbs going up high. Kwon reaches up to meet him, and then, oh, look at that, a knuckle lock. And Migs did not expect that to happen so quickly. And now putting up the other hand, and oh, come on, right to the midsection. That boot, and perhaps Migs just lulled him in, and a ferocious shot. Closed fist. And now, in the corner, come on, referee, get in there. Holding the man in place, and now the count. Official trying to break it up as Migs lays in that lethal knife-edge chop. Almost sent Kwon down. He basically used the ropes to stay upright. And now, Migs on the other corner. Well, yeah, we'll get a nice shot of it. Shine him right up. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. And Migs right into your living room. And unfortunately for Drake Kwon, his chest being lit up, and now a third buckle, and perhaps for the third time, as Migs shines himself up here, gets the hand ready. Kwon debilitated, oh, perhaps playing a little possum, and oh, Migs on the receiving end, but immediately comes back with that boot, sends Kwon into the top turnbuckle. And the spirit of Kwon attempting to be broken here by Migs, but a nice reversal sends Migs hard into the buckle. Oh, he got that boot up. I don't know if he caught all of it, and he certainly did not. Oh, my goodness! Drake Kwon taking Migs down, boot upside the head. And at this stage of Migs' career, I don't know how many more of those he can take. And Migs trying to get away here, but Kwon keeps him, lifts him up. Great strength. Oh, come on, Migs to the eyes. Come on, they're right in front of the official, risking disqualification. Well, it says he's got a hand cramp or something. Kwon just went wild with those shots. Migs trying to get him up here, changes tactics, takes the man down with that short arm clothesline. And you can see Kwon still feeling that chest, and going to have to feel the back of his head now. Speaking with Migs earlier today, told me that his sole focus over the past several weeks has been going to the gym, studying previous matches, doing whatever it takes to get this victory here tonight over Drake Kwon. And Migs in firm control of the match right now and just stomping away in the corner. Nothing Drake Kwon can do about it. Official trying to admonish Migs. Perhaps to no effect here. And now Migs grabbing the wrist of his opponent. Brings him back to the center. And now perhaps, well, Migs trying to lift the man up. Not an easy feat, but oh, it looks like Kwon has reversed it here. And now Kwon from behind. Migs could be in trouble. Does Kwon have enough to get him up? And oh, Migs. Again, shots to the head. Kwon was just acting on instinct alone, and the boot to the gut has really been a go-to weapon for Migs as he slips into the cover. Is it enough? No. And the first pinning attempt of the match might have gotten a 2. And Migs now back with the wrist control, sending Kwon away. Oh my goodness. Only to bring him back in for that elbow. And again, the right fist of Migs has found the mark. And the elbow does so again, sends the big man down to a knee. And Kwon is in a world of trouble here. Another closed fist. I don't know why the official's not admonishing him further. And Migs now looking to lock in a submission hold here. Keeping the left leg in place while bending back, and now look at this. And Kwon is a long ways away from the ropes, trying to break the grip here of Migs. And Migs now from behind, now locks it in once again. And Kwon down to one knee. Official asking if Kwon wants to submit. Absolutely does not, as he throws a series of punches into the gut. And Migs now from behind could be going for the name dropper. Can Kwon get out of it? Look, he's trying, doing everything he can, but oh, the reversal! Unbelievable! Kwon now off the ropes, double clothesline, and both men are down. Migs was a heartbeat away from cinching in that full Nelson slam. But Kwon had it scouted and was able to reverse. And now we've reached a stalemate. Kwon starting to stir first. Migs on one knee. Kwon the same. Migs back to his feet first. Goes for another right hand. Rocks Kwon. Kwon fires back with a right of his own. That stumbles Seattle's biggest star. Back to the boot. What does Kwon have? Returns with one of his own. And boy, these guys are just exhausted at this point. They have given everything that they've got in this match. This is Grit City Wrestling, and you are seeing a brawl in the center of the ring as Kwon over and over with those elbows, sending Migs to the ropes. Ooh, takes the man down. Migs back up. Kwon takes him down again. Just throwing his body into a Migs. Missed wildly with that one. Got caught in the scoop. Trying to slip out of it here. Kwon says no and takes him down. Kwon starting to put together some offense. And now, going outside. Fans rallying behind DK. Up to the top rope. Where could Kwon be going here? Migs back on his feet, and oh my goodness! Takes him down. Does he have enough to get the cover? 1, 2, no, and Migs got that right shoulder up. Keeps the match alive, but perhaps only on instinct, as he looks worse for the wear at this point. Tried to get back on his feet, but basically just collapsed from exhaustion. Kwon ready to attack. Migs doesn't see what's coming here. Using the ropes to get back to a vertical base. Never a good sign. Kwon picking his spot, calling his shot. Oh, got reversed by Migs. Look at this from behind. And oh my goodness, just drilled up to the canvas head first. Into the cover. 1, 2, no! Kwon kicked out at Migs. Now looking to pull it all away. Calling for the name dropper. But does he have enough strength to lift the man and throw him down? Kwon with that low center of gravity. Gonna be harder to get up than most. And now Migs from behind, looking to put Kwon away. Grabbing the man by the hair. One arm cinched in. Trying to cinch in the other. Kwon realizing he's in trouble. Trying to fight out of it here. And an elbow is gonna release the grip. Pushes Migs into the corner. Follows it up with a drop kick right to the back. And now, Kwon with Migs in hand, lifts him up, drills him down. Hooks the leg, is it enough? No! Unbelievable! How are either of these men going to put the other away when each of them are showing such tenacity, such spirit? And now, Kwon could be looking for that Vader bomb. Migs in position, got nowhere to go, oh, but his knees came up at the last moment. Kwon didn't see it, and he just got his guts busted. And Kwon having some trouble getting back up here. And Migs trying to get some feeling back into that leg, goes behind, trying to cinch it in again. Kwon able to slip out the do-si-do. Migs now missed, oh, right to the midsection again. And the damage perhaps done through the match as Migs finds a headbutt. And now, look at this name dropper! Migs into the cover, hooks the leg, and no, a two! Can you believe it? Drake Kwon stays in the match and Migs is furious. How many top professional wrestlers has Steve Migs put away with the name dropper all over the Pacific Northwest? And Drake Kwon somehow kicks out, but Migs now just slapping the man a third time. And oh, Kwon from underneath fights back. Migs now sending him into the buckle. Here comes Kwon, only to go back into the other buckle. And now again, Migs, oh, a spear! Migs perhaps created the momentum for Kwon as he gets a hand over. Is it enough? No! What respect are both of these men earning from this crowd here in Tacoma? Kwon back to his feet first. How much does he have left? Migs perhaps found himself in the wrong spot. Kwon climbing the ropes, but here comes Migs from behind, and just push the man down. His legs landed hard on the ropes. Migs now picking Kwon up, basically being held up by the ropes. Migs with a firm grip and just threw the man down. Almost a modified name dropper. 1, 2, 3, that's it! Migs has picked up the victory! And the Gold Star gets it done one last time against Drake Kwon, and you gotta believe Migs is feeling great about that one, despite this reaction he's getting from the fans here in the Armory. Migs picks up an impressive victory over a very talented, very game Drake Kwon. And oh, come on, look at this disrespect from Steve Migs. I'm sure we're going to hear all about this on social media. as the gold star is just basking in the glory of his victory. Kwon being helped to the back